Bhagavate Shri Arunachala Ramanaya.
Jagrat Swapna Sushuptishu Sputatara Yasam Vidujrumbate Ya Brahmati Pipilikantatanushu Prota Jagat Sakshini Saivaham Nacha Drishyavastviti Drida Prajnapi यस्यास्ति चेत् चाण्डालोऽस्तु सद्विजोऽस्तु यशा मनीषा मम. He who has realized that he is not the seed, but he is that one consciousness which is experienced without any interval during waking, dream and deep sleep. And he is the very light spark from Brahmaji unto land. And he is the very witness of the entire universe. He alone is my Guru, whether he is a Brahmana or a Chandala. Because this is a famous Manisha Panchakam, first shlokam of Shankaracharya.
Be in the self of all. If you look into the definition of self, what Neelakantanji has just said, you cannot come closer than this. To know the self of all, we all have to know that self in our heart. You know within and you know all. You can only find this self in your own silence. And that silence within us is always there, in spite of a noisy mind. We can complain that I don't know that self. I only know my thoughts. There are two reasons for it. One is we already are saying, I only know my thoughts. We have owned these thoughts. We have relationship with them. And that relationship, let them continue and feel that pure silence. And the second thing is, our attention is always in external world. And this is because what we are born with is these sense organs, this body, a mind, a situation around us, people, things. This is all external. So we have no clue what is this self unless someone tells us. Some grace dawns on us and we start looking for this silence within. It is never lost. We never thought about it. We were never interested in it. Once you have disinterest in external things and word and what the mind is saying, then our journey starts. When a sincere seeker looks within, he has always found. When we start our internal journey, we start experiencing peace, but we also start noticing restlessness of mind, different types of thoughts, agitation. Sometimes, in initial stages, mind appears to be more restless, more agitated. It appears that now there are more thoughts. We get thousands of thoughts, but when you look for silence, thoughts which you were not aware of, now you know all of them. As if now your freedom is not liked by Maya or this illusion, and it is giving you more trouble. To an extent that a normal person in day to day does not feel burden of thoughts as much as a person who is trying to liberate from them. The one who is living in a jail and loving the food and environment is not looking towards the wall of the jail and getting frustrated because he is happy inside. But the one who knows it is a jail, he wants to get out of these boundaries of jail. He will be more restless in that stage unless he transcends it. We all want quick results. We all want liberation to be instant. Actually, it should not take time. But see, if you have to move from city A to city B, or if you have to move from one country to other, you still have to follow so many formalities. You have to have a visa, you have to have a resignation to your job, you have to pay bills, you have to sort out so many things. And you say, I am in process of leaving this place. Same is here. When we are acting through ego as an individual, we are trying to sort out, trying to disentangle ourselves from what we think we are. And this is a process. So don't get disheartened if it takes time. Have faith in your own self. But stick to this. First success is when you start noticing this ego arising in us, the way it behaves, the way it acts. That means you have distanced yourself from it. But perhaps because of your own interest at subconscious level, you still get entangled. And so this is a process. You keep your energy in your heart, not letting it go out to the ego mind. That's all. This differentiation between you, that pure self, that impersonal self, the one which is only witnessing, one which is unaffected in all situations, unruffled, is you. And the one which is always engaged, always seeking something, is only mind. Slowly and gradually, when you understand this difference between you and the mind, and how the mind plays tricks, you are liberating from it. Allow it to happen gradually. Have patience. But stay on this path without any interruption. Interruption is your own interest in mind and then slipping into it and then forgetting everything. Best guru is internal guru, pure self. What Shankara is saying in this is that only. Self is the best guru. Guru is the one who makes you that what he or she is. Actually, there is no sex in it. It is not anything. It is energy, that pure awareness. This silence coming from the self is pure intelligence. It is raw, it is pure gold, no form. It stays same. Cycles of dream, sleep, awakening, all this is of mind only. Mind and body is one. You are beyond. A person gets thousands and thousands of thoughts. Some are very intrusive, some are full of emotions, some wakes you up at night. Only one solution. Disinterested in your thoughts and interest in pure self. Silence is the purest teaching. From Dakshinamurti to Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharshi. What silence can teach you, can take you beyond mind. Nothing can do it for you. A devotee of silence becomes so lazy that he does not want to act on thoughts, even speak his thoughts, even engaging with others with incessant thoughts coming out. He gets so disliking for it. somehow his taste changes. A chronic heavy smoker, if he develops hepatitis jaundice, he has no inclination to smoke. Think what he liked, he has complete dislike for it. This is what happens when you touch your own silence. And if you look deeply about all conversations happening with people, we are just vomiting out whatever is in our mind. It happens more when you are in group of people, and it happens more when everyone had few drinks. And what we speak what we have heard or read. We speak our desires, ambitions, dislikes, hate. We speak what we are attached to. We get animated. Sometimes there can be a brawl or anger shown in our talks. But when you touch silence, you understand all these talks are garbage. They have no value. Mind might say it is entertainment. Entertainment to whom? Try to practice speaking each word from that silence. That silence is impersonal. There is no individuality in it. If you start speaking from silence, there will be no smell of ego from your words. In your dealing with others, what we think others, other bodies, your words, your actions will be impregnated with love, with respect. And this love and respect is unconditioned, not conditioned by how the other person behaves with you. And it's none of your business. You speak, you interact from a higher level. Because I keep mind at a lower level, ego is at a lower level. Ego is the animal within us, which keeps us individual as a person. The moment you adhere to this silence in your heart, you have given away relationship with this ego. This becomes redundant because this position which we are holding for so long is there because of our interest in this position. You move out of it, and then there is no position like that. All this, what I am saying, is practical and doable. It is not any food for your intellect or your mind. It is actually poison for your intellect and mind, for your ego self. We are so addicted to our thoughts that we believe in them, and these thoughts makes us to do all foolish acts which we feel proud of. You can enter into the domain of pure intelligence coming from the silence within, where you don't have to degrade yourself at the level of ego. The one under the influence of mind is like the one under the effect of drugs. If someone takes drugs, what do they tell you? They see a different world. Mind gives us this world. Which is all illusion of this power of mind. And we behave as an individual with all those fear of our own survival and treating others as separate and treating them in different ways depending on our interest with them. Judging them, liking them, disliking them. Understand this all is just a trap, and you are the victim of it. And trap is self-created, no one to blame. And only you can come out of it by your own will, your own interest. But if you love this trap and you are happy in it in your own way, then it is okay. Nothing wrong with this. Then there are other rules to follow as an individual, among which law of karma is most important. Ideally, when you give up your ego, because ego is only your own imagination, the body should also be dead because there is no purpose left in that sense, no individual working through it now, pure energy. But because it has come into existence, it will drop after some time. Though for you it doesn't matter whether body stays or not. It is as if in a movie hall someone is watching a movie on a screen and he leaves the room, but the movie is continuing. It will end when it has to end, though no one is watching. Ego gone, it is an empty house. People describe this emptiness in so many ways: spaciousness, shunya, nothingness. But this is not nothingness. This nothingness is full of bliss and peace and contentment. This is made up of all what you desire when you have a goal to achieve something. When you get that and what you get at that moment, perhaps maybe for a fraction of a second, that is what it is made up of. Infinite bliss. You are this pure silence. You don't have to find this silence. You are this silence. You are this purest of pure, uninvolved, witness, abiding in your own bliss, untainted. Love your pure self. Be with this all the time. This pure self is like potential energy, undifferentiated. And this energy is the substrate of everything, animate, inanimate, big, small. Knowing yourself is knowing everything. You know the essence of everything. You know that unmanifest in you, me, and everyone. And you don't know it as an object, you know as your own self. You are that. And you are only that. And you are not separate. And no one is separate. This is the only truth. One can say this 100 times, 1,000 times. There is no other reality. People believe in science and they don't believe in spirituality. Spirituality is the ultimate science. Whoever has done experiment of knowing the self now or billions of years before or billions of years in future will find the same reality. This experiment you can repeat as many times as you want. Result will always be the same. It's not that one person realizes self and he gets something else, and the other realizes self and gets something else. Self is eternal, imperishable, always the same. It is beyond time and space. All these scriptures, Vedanta, Upanishads, they can never get old because whenever you will know it, you can confirm from these scriptures what that sage has known thousands of years ago. You will experience the same. After knowing, if you write, experience that becomes a scripture. You don't have to fit into any scripture. You can move freely in this awareness. And whatever the awareness feels can be brought up in words. And that will always be truth. Keep your attention to the source. Thoughts are not the source. Mind is not the source. Even these thoughts comes out of the silence. Transcending mind is to know the silence and be with that. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.